What I say is make some firm decisions. Sometimes it's okay to make unpopular decisions. It's okay to take paths that nobody has taken before. It's okay to focus on yourself. It's okay to be selfish sometimes and just look at your growth, look at your path, look at your future. Hey people, so on Raw and Real, hence Money Matters, we're going to be talking about family. That's a very interesting topic. We want to talk about family and finances and what I call the poverty cycle in Africa mainly, because I'm just focused on, wealth building among African people. Family, and then there's wealth building. This is one of the hottest topics. And I always say, this is some of the things you need to get a grasp of before you start investing. When I coach people, I start with the mindset, because if your mindset does not allow you to start the process of investing and make some very hard decisions, you're not in a position to invest. So family is one of those areas that we as Africans have been modeled in a certain way to always think that, okay, I have to be responsible for my family. I have to do everything possible, especially firstborns like myself, who is a firstborn. You have responsibilities that you have to meet. Now, I don't say you shouldn't meet any or you shouldn't help. When it comes to family issues, what should you do? That's what I'm trying to ask. And remember, you can always engage me. Tell me what your opinion is. Tell me what you think about these topics and what are you doing in your case? Which decisions are you making that could be different? Or how are you going about managing family and finances that could help someone else do theirs? My opinion is this: you need to understand a few things. Number one, as much as you may be responsible for some other people, they are not your full responsibility. I was born in a family, raised up in that family. They took me to school and I got to achieve some of the things I've achieved, financially. Now, I can give back, but it shouldn't be my responsibility and should not be an expectation that I should be giving back. That's number one. So nobody should expect you. Nobody should be entitled to whatever it is that you have. That's one. Number two, even if you're giving back, you have to balance it quite well. You have to know, okay, I'm giving back to family, I'm helping them, but what is the balance? If you end up helping them so much, you're trying to pull them out of a hole, and then you remain in the same place you are, then the problem is not those people, but yourself, because you did not balance. Anytime you want to help someone, dig yourself out of the hole first, and then you can help somebody. You can't help someone when you yourself, you are in the same hole. So the poverty cycle is whereby one person tries to get out of that cycle, but the moment they get out, everyone else is pulling them back. So it's this one person standing in the middle and everyone else is just trying to pull you back down. So you don't want them to be pulling you back down while you're trying to get out and stand on your own. So I always say build a strong foundation as a person first and then try to help people. But even as you're building that foundation, I'm not saying you shouldn't help completely. When there's need to, you can help. But it should not be a responsibility that's expected, and there should be no entitlement. If you're a parent and you bring up children right now, don't be entitled to their money. Don't be entitled to their lives just because you've taken them to school. That's a responsibility. No child asks to be brought into this life. So don't make children feel guilty because they're not giving you some money. Those children have to stabilize their own lives. They have to begin their own lives. And they will also have families. And that means those families have to be taken care of. If we focus so much on where we come from, we may not secure where we are going to. So if you want to build wealth and you have family around you that's dragging you back, you need to make some firm decisions, some hard decisions, not to be dragged down. Some of the stupid things that people do, for example, is you decide to take a loan for a family member because they want to start a business. That's stupid. Don't do it. I say plain stupid. Or you decide to give so much money back to the family that you do not have anything to even invest in your own future. Don't do something because the society tells you to. Do it because you really want to do it, and do it with balance. Always know, okay, I have a family or I'm planning for a family in the future. I need to start investing now. I need to start building wealth. Yes, I have a family with my siblings or my parents. They are here. I want to help them, but I can only do this much. Because if you are not there, those people will survive. That's one thing people forget, that if you're not there, that family will always survive. So most of the time you get them used to handouts to a point whereby they cannot progress on their own. And when you get them used to handouts, then that is the same cycle that you have created of dependency that then creates that cycle of poverty. So when it comes to family, Like I said, there should be no entitlement, there should be no constant responsibility because you're also building your own, and there should be no guilt or shame around it. Help when you can, but that help should be within what you want to do, not what you're supposed to do. And then the rest of the money, the rest of your income should be going into your investments. Always remember you're also building for another family. Always remember you're also building a foundation for yourself. If we focus on one side, which is our past, and forget what's coming in the future, that is why we create that cycle of poverty, or the poverty trap. So there are so many things why we create that cycle, but culture is at the center of it. Sometimes you need to make decisions that are unpopular, but trust you me, when you make those decisions and one day you get back when you're in a position to actually help properly, it feels much, much better than if you're trying to help with the little that you have that can't even sustain you. So I know this is a hot topic and we'll still talk more about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How do you deal with demands from family? You know, parents demanding stuff, siblings demanding stuff, relatives demanding stuff. How do you deal with it financially? Because sometimes this is what pulls us back. Sometimes people have cash flow, they have money coming in, they have skills, they have everything, they have the knowledge to start investing, but they have too many responsibilities. Do you think you should take those responsibilities? What's your opinion about this? Do you think you should take up people's responsibilities fully, or how should you go about it? Because at the end of the day, you are also building your own life, which you want to be a bit different. You want the standard of life to be a bit higher than the life that you have lived as a child most of the time, right? Unless you come from like a really rich family, which it doesn't matter anyway. But 99% of the people are trying to move a step higher. But you can't move higher if someone is pulling you back, right? So what do you do? How do you go about it? How do you ensure that you don't have like serious conflicts and you still achieve what you want in your life? What I say is make some firm decisions. Sometimes it's okay to make unpopular decisions. It's okay to take paths that nobody has taken before. It's okay to focus on yourself. It's okay to be selfish sometimes and just look at your growth, look at your path, look at your future. And then when you're in a position to actually help, then you can now come back and help in a constructive way, not just giving handouts, but giving them skills, you know, giving them money to go to a polytechnic, or, you know, giving them jobs, because now you have connections, you have the money, you know, you have business that they could work in. So you have something you can actually offer. But when you're offering the little that you have that you're trying to also come up with, then it becomes really difficult. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. And this is Raw and Real Wednesday.
One's a company, two's a crop, three's a party coming.